Okay, my action plan, my grant was taken for the students to take several field trips through virtual reality. We used the Google Cardboard headsets and the smartphones. We have a set of 22 and a set of 22 smartphones to do this. Of course, this kind of compares to the ViewMaster. And it's really not much more expensive than the ViewMaster was at that time, because 2 for $25 on the Google Cardboard. My project allowed me to transport my entire classroom to different places and different times, like Museum of Arts, 3D roller coasters, which they loved, and I kind of used that as, okay, we're going to do this, and then we get to use the 3D roller coaster. One of their favorite was swimming underwater with the sharks. By using virtual reality in the classroom, these experiences are just small samples of what the virtual reality can do. There's so many things as we got into it that we're still learning as a classroom, and my students actually are teaching me a great deal about it. Okay, it seems that the students remembered longer. They were excited. Whenever they see me, I have them hanging on different hooks, and whenever they see me reaching for those, it's like they're all rushing to their seat to be the first one to get their Google Cardboard, to use it. So they're all actively engaged. The pros about this, they are very inexpensive, but I teach first grade. They're not, if I had it to do over, I would have probably bought a smaller set of the extremely durable ones. These are cardboard, so I was constantly having to remind them to be careful. There is a rubber band that we use to keep the smartphone in there because, well, you can't put a case on the smartphone, and our floors are concrete. So once it's in there, it velcros, but we also use a rubber band to keep it into place. Of course, the con is not very durable and not easy to learn. Now, these were easy to put together. After I put together a few of them, I felt like I was, in a factory. I could put 22 of them together easily. But learning how to download, I know it seems simple because we download things for our phone all the time. Learning how to download some of the virtual reality games. Some of my 7-year-olds were kind of teaching me, oh, we need this, and they'll come to school, oh, my big brother has this, and we need to download this, we need to go look at this. So they actually taught me a lot. I guess they pick it up much easier than we do. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Their favorite one that they wanted to all go to, I would think the moon, because that's somewhere, or Disney, somewhere fun, but they all thought scuba diving, in the ocean was going to be the most. So they all really like that one. It's so much richer than just an actual photograph because it is 3D, it is 360 degree. They turn their head side to side, they can see all around them. Like on the roller coaster, they actually, they could not even sit in their seats. They actually thought that they were going up and down on the roller coaster, and they were very excited. Those are just some of the apps that we have got into. There's so many more that we haven't even explored yet that we need to still explore. And there's a lot of things that are not necessarily the 3D, just like the flashcards, the shapes. And as long as they've got this on their head, they think that they're doing something that they normally don't do. Even if it's flashcards, they think, wow, I'm doing my sight words, and I'm getting to use the Google Cardboards. So they're really excited about that. But they also like the museums and the zoos. And the best thing about it, you could take your class to places a school bus can't take you, where you cannot afford to go. And that was a lot of fun. Okay, we love the virtual reality field trips, and they're all from the comfort of our own classroom. Of course, the kids were really excited, and sometimes it's hard to keep them, focused on what we're doing. But some of the big advantages, I think, occurred in my small groups. When we were trying to do it as a group of 22, it was a little more difficult to make sure everyone was set up on the same, website and going at the same time. It was much better at my reading table when I had a group of 6. That's where we got the better questions, more responses. When you've got 22 yelling out responses, it makes it a little more difficult. But it was very exciting, and they loved the Google Cardboards. They would use them all the time if they could. I feel that the outcome was much greater than I expected. I mean, when I first started talking about it, I thought, oh, well, that's neat. But they're like, wow, they were much more excited about it. And they're constantly, even if we do something during the class, they'll be talking about it for days after. Well, remember when we saw, and they were really, really excited. So are there any questions about the Google Cardboard or the smartphones? Oh, we did find out that another one of the cons is you have to have a Microsoft account to set up so many devices, and you can only set up I could only set up 6 phones per Microsoft account. So our tech guy had to set up more accounts so we could set up 22 of them. But personally, I really think it's better, 6 to 8 at a time. And the Android, we found a lot more apps that we really want to use, but you have to have an Android phone instead of, the iPhone. So, but that's about it. Are there any other questions? One phone for each. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is that a problem at all, or did you use those iPods, or
we bought those. I bought those with a grant.
Oh, you bought those too?
Mr. Oxer, we searched and searched until we found, with all $1,000, I've got 20 phones, and I think we have actually 24 of the Google Cardboard. Now, if I had it to do over again, I would probably buy the more durable headsets and maybe a little larger iPhone or smartphone for a small group, because I think it works perfect in a group of 6 to 8.
What are the more durable headsets made?
I don't know. I know that they sell them at the Apple store.
Just the kind that you see
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah. And I've got a couple kids that have those at home, and they're like, well, my brother has these really big ones. And these, they have dropped them on my floor, and they haven't hurt them or anything. But I know over time the cardboard's going to, wear out and have to be replaced, and the Velcro and that sort of thing. Okay. Is that all? And thank you all.